Hope is the belief in what you can't see. It's not a nebulous feeling, but rather it's an intentional belief in what you know to be true. Years ago, I was taking off out of Diego Garcia on a return from a long deployment. We were taking off and rejoining on the tanker, and the tanker was going to lead us home across the ocean. I was number 4, and we took off in a trail formation. I saw my flight lead rejoin on the tanker in front of me, and then I rejoined on the right wing of my flight lead. And then we entered this kind of misty haze. It obscured the horizon, but we kept pressing. We went into a right bank turn to get on course, and as we rolled out of that right bank turn, my body got tumbled. I felt like I was still in that turn, even though when I looked at my instruments, they were telling me that I was straight and level. That's called spatial disorientation. So I told my flight lead that I was spatial D, and I did what I was trained to do, which was to pay attention to my instruments and trust what they were telling me. So I recited out loud to myself, I'm straight and level, I'm straight and level, there's my flight lead. I'm straight and level, I'm straight and level, there's my flight lead. As I was doing that, my flight lead also called out parameters to me, and then he gave me hope. He said, hang on, the sunrise is coming. Because he knew that once the sun rose, I would see the horizon and that would help my situation. So we went along like that for several more minutes, and then poof, the sun rose in the distance, I saw the horizon line, and my body came back in line with my mind. That is hope. This is a difficult time for many people right now. We've got the pandemic, there's civil unrest, there's high unemployment, and a recent study showed that 72% of us feel a sense of deep hopelessness. So what can we do to bring ourselves back in line with truth? Well, just like when I experienced spatial D, the first thing we need to do is transition to instruments. What that looks like in our lives is just taking care of yourself. You may need to focus in on your sleep, your exercise, and your eating. You may need to watch less news. You may need to practice some mindfulness, find your spiritual center, return to your faith. Next, you need to recite out loud what is true. It is very easy during difficult times to tell yourself stories of negativity and hopelessness. But instead, flip that script and start telling yourself things of hope, messages that are going to encourage you to keep going. Next, you've got to trust your flight lead. Bring people around you who can speak encouragement into your life, who can help spur you on and give you new ideas about what you can do next. And then finally, you've got to set milestones. When I was spatially D'd, my milestone was get to the sunrise. Trust your instruments, get to the sunrise. What are new goals or new avenues that you can pursue during this time that will give you something to look forward to and to wake up to each day? You see, hope begins in the darkness, but it sets its sight on the sunrise because it knows that the dawn is coming.